Welcome to this episode of So Here's the Thing with your host, Sharon Shay Alexander, yours truly. And today we have a special guest for you. We have the CEO of Just Divine University, winner of the esteemed 40 Under 40 Award, and also named, let me make sure I get this correct, one of South Florida's most prominent and influential Black business leaders. Let's welcome today Dr. Jessica Hudson.
Thank you. Thank you for
Welcome.
having me. It's a pleasure to be here.
Dr. J, may I call you Dr. J?
You can.
Dr. J Hud?
Yes.
Because that's how I know you on social media.
Yes, you may.
They don't know that we've known each other for a little while.
Yes.
And one of the reasons why I asked you to come on is because of all of the things that you're doing in the community, all the things that you're doing for the small business community.
Yes.
We appreciate you.
Thank you.
It's no wonder that you've been awarded the 40 Under 40. A lot of people don't know what that is. That's actually because you're doing so much that sometimes you don't know who's watching.
Yes.
And I'm pretty sure when you got that call, you didn't know that you were being watched.
No.
And that's awesome because you're doing what you love to do.
Yes.
Correct? Okay, well, Dr. J Hud, that's what we're going to call you,
Okay.
affectionately. Right. Give us a little backstory of your journey and how you got started. What was your inspiration? And what experiences shaped the woman, the entrepreneur, and the leader that you are today?
Okay, well, I didn't wake up as an entrepreneur. I started my journey as a teacher. I taught in the classroom for 12 years, but I knew that it was something that I was passionate about just with scaling outside of the classroom. I had a broader purpose in life. And I liked the flexibility, and there was just more that I felt life had to offer. And going through challenges with getting laid off, budget cuts for teachers, or they're moving you to a different school and you get accustomed to the staff, you get accustomed to the students, it didn't feel good. And sometimes it left you empty. Because you felt like you wasn't good enough going from school to school and going through those challenges. And so I said, you know what? God has called me to something greater, but I have to find what it is. In teaching, I was in class one day, and I was just praying, and I'm like, God, you have to show me the sign, show me what it is you want me to do next, or how can I be a vessel for you to use me? And one man, a young man, called me and said, I heard so many good things about you, and I want you to run my tutoring program.
Okay.
And so he ends up letting me meet his grant writer, and they had about 3,000 students they wanted me to service.
Oh, wow.
In Hillsborough County, Broward County, Miami-Dade County. And I had 2 days to go to those 3 different counties and get all of those parents to sign saying that their kid will participate in the tutoring program.
2 days.
And in 48 hours, I drove from here to Tampa, down south Miami to Fort Lauderdale, and I got those signatures. And I said, you know what, if I could work this hard for someone else, I could do it for myself. And long story short, I love what I did. I started hiring tutors. I started building curriculums, things of that nature. And I said, you know what, I should start a tutoring company.
There you go.
And so I started a tutoring company and wrote my first grant.
Wow.
In 2010. And when I won that grant, like, you thought the world, like, I just won the lotto, like. And so from then on, I started strategizing, being more intentional about what grants I was going to go after, how to scale, what courses I needed to take to become a professional grant writer and things of that nature. And before you know it, maybe a year or 2 after that, my uncle called and said, there's a duplex on 119 and 27, and it's for sale, and God told me to tell you to go buy it.
Oh, wow.
And so I began my journey as a real estate investor.
See, that's something that a lot of people don't know about you.
Yeah. Yes.
That's awesome. So let me ask you about your journey from the classroom to the boardroom, okay?
Right.
Was there ever a time where you felt that the inner you doubted whether or not you could do this? Not just the 2 days that you had to have those signatures, but just the journey altogether. Was there ever a part of you that said, girl, what are you doing? You can't do this. This is not for you. Did you struggle with the self-saboteur?
Yes. One, I didn't come from a family that were business owners.
Okay.
So my parents they were workers too, a teacher, an HVAC mechanic.
Okay.
So I didn't see entrepreneurs in my day-to-day life. So me thinking of that and saying, okay, I'm coming from Kara City, what a little old me, how can I become an entrepreneur and become successful? So I did doubt myself. And then sometimes when you ask other people for their advice, they're portraying their fears on you. So if they say, I don't think you should do that, or
Right.
you shouldn't purchase that, it's like you start doubting yourself.
Yes.
And that's something that I had to overcome.
Okay.
Was stop telling people the plans before they became prosperity.
Right. I love that you said that because the self-saboteur can do it all on its own. But can you imagine people outside of that space in your head telling you,
Yes.
Jess, you can't do this.
Yes.
Are you sure this is for you?
Right.
Like, it just makes you question yourself even more.
Yes.
But I love that you pushed past it. You saw the opportunity as a challenge.
Yes.
I love that. And that you were like, I can do this. I have 48 hours, but I'm going to get this done.
And I got it
You got in your
done.
car, you made that drive, and you got those signatures.
Yes.
That's awesome. Absolutely awesome. I hope that
you.
somebody's listening and is encouraged by that.
Yes.
Because there are so many small business owners, and I know this for a fact because of what I do, that struggle with that first step.
The first step.
And I keep telling them, once you take that first step, you're going to keep walking.
Yes.
Just take the first step. Okay. Well, Dr. J. Hud, please tell our viewers about the other businesses and services that you offer.
There's so many. One is a trucking company.
Okay.
So we transport general freight from one place to the next, and then we also partner with medical carriers.
Okay.
With that transportation company. Another company I have is Della Tutoring. So we have Della Tutoring, and we specialize with helping all ages, all levels, even if you have to pass the CJ BAT, the FJ BAT, teaching general knowledge tests, kids that need to take calculus, statistics, English. We help with all of that. I have another company, Hands-On Development, and we focus on screening, drug screening, DNA testing, genetic testing, home health care, CNA, staffing. So we have that. And then we have Just Divine University, where we help small business owners scale, plan, and scale, plan, and stay in business so that they can continue to scale higher, make more money, and do different things within their company. We find them grants, we get them business credit established,
Okay.
we make sure they're trademarked, we make sure their personal credit is clean. We also help with minority certifications, government contracts, any funding that they need so that they can invest in other things.
Wow.
And then I also have a nonprofit.
Okay, there's
Yes. And I have a nonprofit where we help women that's been battered,
okay.
that's been in domestic violence situations, and kids with disabilities. So we're their advocate. We help
Perfect.
them get on their feet, resume building, finding stability, and we just advocate with everything that they need help with and whatever life challenges throw their way.
That's amazing. Did I not tell y'all that she was the perfect candidate for this show, this segment? I love that you said when you focus on helping businesses with Just Divine University,
Yes.
helping to educate and to empower the small business community,
Yes.
help them to scale when it comes to establishing business credit, business funding, how to
Yes.
position themselves in order to be successful. Can you elaborate on some of the challenges that you faced when it came to helping your small business community? There's a reason why I asked that question, because I've also faced some challenges as an accountant.
Where do I start? Some of the challenges I faced was marketing.
Okay.
It's one thing to come up as, present yourself as a business owner, but everyone doesn't buy into you being a business owner. Okay. They buy into you showing your reality. And with that, a business owner, a mother, a pioneer in a community, sometimes you want to be private and not show everything, but your brand and your lifestyle is everything, and so people want to buy into your lifestyle, and so sometimes you have to be public.
Right.
And then another challenge was with these things, if they don't believe in themselves 100%, we have to change and shift their mindset while the customers and the clients being able to trust me with their whole life.
Correct.
Like I get all of their personal information, their bank statements, all of that. So it's very important that you build that trust because they want to know that I could do business with somebody I trust.
So it's very important for your customers and your clients to believe that what they see that you displaying on social media and when they see you out and about, that it's real.
Yes.
I heard exactly what you said, and I feel that because someone reached out to me on social media and said, based on the way you present yourself, you look like someone that can help me be successful.
Yes.
I believe that you can help me become financially successful.
Right.
And I thought that felt so good to me because
Yes.
I'm out here and I'm marketing myself because I was told by a brand manager that you have to market you
Yes.
first.
Yes.
And then when people like you, they're gonna want whatever service or product that you're selling.
Exactly.
And so I started just marketing me.
Yes.
You know, marketing myself, putting positivity out there on social media, and this is what I was told.
Yes.
When they started seeing my business flyers and my advertisement for my services, they were like, I believe that you can actually help me to be successful.
And that's funny that you brought that up because I had a mentee just on board a couple weeks ago, and she said she showed her mother, her spiritual mother, who's the pastor of her church, my page.
Okay.
And just by looking at my page, she said she's going to help you get to the next level.
See, and I know you personally, so I know that's
Yes.
facts.
Yes.
But
yes.
if they can not know you and look at you and say that, then they're
Yes.
seeing exactly what they need to be seeing. You're doing the
Yes.
marketing that you're supposed to be marketing.
Yes, because
And
they're
you-
confident enough to bring their services and their business to me.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely. And you said something that can be a little scary, having people, the public, people you don't know, in your private life. They see you
yes.
traveling, they see your home life sometimes, they see your successes and your failures when it comes to your business.
Yes.
And listen, it's important to be transparent about the failures just as much as it is to
The
be transparent
successes.
about the successes.
Yes.
I will tell you of an incident that occurred early on in my journey with entrepreneurship. One of the first things that I tried to do was a children's service for like daycares and schools, right? I was so excited about doing it. I had my flyers made, my business cards, everything set up. And I got a contract with the school. But here's the thing, I was not prepared. So I go to this school and I have my entertainment, right? I have someone dressed up in a suit
Yes.
of a cartoon character. I'm not gonna name the school, I'm not gonna say the character, but what I did not prepare for was how hot it was gonna be outside. And then we brought ice cream, and the ice cream melted, and the kids were crying. These are children.
Oh my God.
And you know when it comes to kids, their attention span is like this big.
Yes.
So it was hard to keep their attention while the ice cream is melting and they're miserable. And
Yes.
when I say that was a failure, the school called me into the office and they demanded a refund. It was so humiliating and so embarrassing. But I tell that story because it's facts, it's true. And you said something earlier, and I love that. We don't wake up successful.
No.
I'm not saying that sometimes we don't get opportunities.
Yes.
Someone could see you and walk up to you and say, hey, I have an opportunity for you. It does happen.
Yes.
But when it comes to being successful in the journey, there's a lot of ebbs and flows.
Yes. And it's
There's
constant
a lot
work.
Absolutely. Oh,
Yes.
yeah. You don't just sleep and make money. You do get there eventually.
Yes, but you still have to put that work in. You still have to pivot too. Because as the
Absolutely.
world evolves, you have to evolve. Your business has to
Yes.
evolve. So
yes. So, yeah, that was a very embarrassing situation. But you know what it taught me? What doesn't work?
Yeah.
To be prepared, because I was not. So while I was excited about the opportunity, I did not prepare myself.
Yes.
And I went out there trying to do this thing that I only thought I could do, and I did not prepare myself to be successful.
Did you try it again?
Did I try it again?
Or
Yes,
did you say this is not for me?
No, I did not try it again. Not with that. I did some other things similar to that in the same
Yes,
industry,
yes, yes.
But not with that. Because number one, I don't really have what it takes to keep a 5-year-old's attention anymore.
Me neither. That's why I
That
never
is-
taught elementary school.
So when you started teaching, which grade level did you
High
start
school.
at? Oh, wow.
Yes.
Okay.
I first started teaching at Edison High School.
Edison High School.
Yes.
Okay.
Right after the earthquake, and a lot of the kids were smuggled in or came in. Yeah, right after they had that.
Oh, wow. Wow, that's amazing. Do you mind telling the viewers how old you were when you started that journey?
I was 22.
And teaching high school.
Yes.
Wow.
And I was making a lot of money too. Like when I first, and everything happens for a reason.
Yes.
Because I used to be a substitute teacher throughout my journey in college. And then I said, you know what? My passion is cheerleading, so I should find any cheerleading coach gigs. So I went on Miami-Dade website, and Edison had a position for assistant head coach for cheerleaders. I applied for the job.
Okay.
They called me in, interviewed me for the job, and told me they didn't want me to be the assistant cheerleader coach. That with the background that I had being so young, they wanted me to be the varsity head coach. And the head coach at the time would be the JV coach and my assistant coach if I needed her.
Wow.
And so then they said, we're going to find a position for you, but just in the meantime, go down to Miami-Dade, get all your paperwork done, the onboard documents, and not even 48 hours later, they call me and say, hey, we have a teacher that's on maternity leave. So I started off as a 3,100 teacher, and so whatever stipends she had, it became mine.
Okay.
So she had no planning period. She had an AP class. So all of those stipends became my stipend. And because Edison at the time was an F school for more than 5 years, we got an extra stipend for that. And then I had my master's degree at the time.
Okay.
Going into it, so I got an extra stipend for that. So I was making a lot of money my first year of teaching, and so that was so exciting. But then, I ended up getting married. I wanted to become a pharmacist at the time. And my ex-husband told me, you're not going to quit working to become a pharmacist right now. And so I had to figure out what can I do, and I could still teach at the time, so income is coming in. And I began the journey at Nova, getting my doctoral degree.
Okay.
And then we was also going through the transition of becoming a foster parent. But after all of that took place, I ended up going through a tough time in my marriage, where we end up separating and calling it quits while I was still delegating motherhood,
Okay.
as well as finishing up schooling to become a doctoral student.
Wow. And I love that you talk about that, because for so many people going through that type of personal, journey, they would put a stop to the business thing.
Yes.
They would put having their own business and entrepreneurship on the side.
Yes.
Because right now I need to focus on either trying to save my marriage or save myself going through the loss of my marriage.
Yes.
Wow, that's awesome, Jess.
Yes. So going through that, going through different schools and not feeling like, you have what it takes, but then your students are scoring the highest. But then it's like you kind of felt like, okay, this is not my purpose. Even though I'm scoring the highest, my kids are doing well, exceptionally well with their test scores, it felt like I wasn't enough. And I felt like sometimes the staff may feel away because they see your purpose, or they see the calling, they see the interaction with you and the kids, they see all of that, and so it makes it harder for you to be an educator and to be yourself and to be that motherly and nurturing figure that they need. And as I was sitting in the classroom one day, my uncle called me and was like, God told me you need to become an investor and you need to purchase this. And I took the leap of faith and I did something that no one would have ever thought was possible, because I had a heap of student loans.
Okay, wow.
My credit score was 720 at the time, but you're talking about a 24, 25-year-old now. Credit score is 720, but my debt to ratio is awful. I am a teacher living on a teacher's salary. So on paper, it looks like I'm making only $50,000 a year, and then I already have a mortgage and a car note and student loans. Who's going to qualify me for a property, an investment property?
I'm glad you asked that question. So here's the thing. You mentioned earlier about how your journey started, and I'm listening to every intricate detail on how you got from here to there. And what's important is that you acknowledge that it was a purpose, that it was a calling.
Yes.
And that's something that a lot of business owners, They're still trying to figure out, what is my calling? What is my purpose? But I'm watching and I'm listening to you, and I'm seeing how God strategically placed you in an opportunity. Somebody had to go on maternity leave, and so they needed Jessica Hudson. And so here you are thinking that I'm only subbing for this person, not really knowing at the time what the bigger picture was,
Right.
where you would end up.
Yes.
So at a very young age, you wound up being an investor. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Who would have thought? Did you think that this could happen for you at that age?
I didn't think. All I knew was that I had $50,000 saved at the time, and I kept telling myself, I'm going to get 6 figures, and then I could think about investing. I could think about retiring from teaching and doing other things. But and then as time went on, I found a mentor, and he didn't take me serious at first because he was a Hispanic male, and I'm a young black girl. And so he's looking like, you don't have a struggle and you don't have kids. Why are you so urgent to become successful? So he didn't really take me serious. I would email him, he wouldn't respond. I would call him, leave messages, he wouldn't return my phone calls. And then I just kept doing it. I just, like, I ran after him. Like, I chased, like, you know how some people are consistent with their relationship, like they gotta make it work. Like I would call him, and then one day he just was like, I never seen someone so adamant about success.
And I'm thinking while you're talking, do you think maybe he was watching to see if she's gonna give up?
Now looking back over the years, it was like, how bad do you want it?
Wow, okay.
And so he lived down south, so I would travel down south maybe twice a week, and I would take him donuts, I would take his wife champagne, I would never go empty-handed. And every time I left with a whole heap of knowledge, where I started learning about business credit, I started learning about business investors, I started learning about commercial realty. I was like, I'm 23, 24 years old, and I'm learning about commercial realty. I would have never thought.
That's the thing that's so inspiring about you. At such a young age, the amount of things that you've accomplished, the amount of businesses that you had, and what you did with your education. How old were you, if you don't mind telling the viewers, when you got your doctorate degree?
Well, I started the process in 2012, meaning I would have been 22 years old.
Okay. And you knew you wanted that PhD.
Yes.
That's
I knew that, yes.
You said earlier that a lot of times people try to monetize every single thing, and it's not really what they're called to do.
Right.
And so it flops, or eventually you burn out because this is not what's aligned for you.
Yes.
So it's important to seek out what's inside of you. Seek that inner voice that tells you, okay, this is the path. Okay, Dr. J, in today's economic climate and under the current administration, what strategies do you believe small business owners need to adopt in order to not just survive in this administration, but also to thrive?
Pivot and be proactive.
Okay.
And so with your businesses, you have to scale and create more streams of income while being proactive and learning the different laws, understanding the different amendments, being able to scale and using the opportunities to become minority certified, to get these government contracts that's available and the grants that's still accessible.
Absolutely.
So being able to pivot and learning and doing your research and making sure you're in position where when the opportunity presents itself, you're ready.
Thank you so much. I love that. Now, how important would you say community support and networking is in building your business?
It's so important. It's crucial.
Yes.
It's part of those C's. It's
Yes.
crucial to collaborate and to communicate, to network, because that's where you build your team. Because now you have your word of mouth. Those are your walking billboards.
I like that. You're walking billboards.
Yes.
Listen, I'm a big advocate for networking. I network as much as I can. You know why? Because I don't ever feel like I've arrived. You meet people in your industry, outside of your industry, and I don't have a problem walking up and saying, well, Dr. J, how did you accomplish that?
Yes.
Can you give me some tips on how to do that?
And I feel the need with collaboration too, because like we said, we can't be the do-all, be-all. So I'm not an accountant by far. So if I have a mentee that came to me and said, okay, I just made $100,000 in 90 minutes. What am I going to do? Oh, we're going to call Miss Alexander so you can figure out how she can be your accountant and advise you on what you need to do with your finances.
Absolutely.
Okay, I have a marketer on the team, so now they could create the marketing so you can scale larger. So next time you'll make $200,000 in 90
Right.
minutes. Okay, now I have a photographer. I have all these different people on the team that can help you scale, that can help you brand. And then even for me with minority government contracts, I'm always looking for help, because I don't stay in my field of expertise. I could go find a contract today and it may say I need a general contractor. I'm not a general contractor.
Right.
So now I have to go out in my network of people and say, okay, hey, I have a bid available, a proposal that we could put in, and I'm willing to do all the work. You just give me your prices, and now you have ongoing business for the next 5 years.
Absolutely.
Collaboration over competition, and now everyone
Thank
in
you.
the team
Thank
eats.
you. Now, I don't know how you're doing this, but I also heard through the grapevine that you're planning on doing some rebranding
Yes.
and launching bold new campaigns.
Ooh.
Dr. J
It's going to be bold.
is going to be bold.
Yes.
You think the people are ready?
Oh, no.
Oh, are you ready?
No. Because I'm going to get to let people know the real side of me, another side of me, the bold side. You know, even like we said before, I'm a young mother, and sometimes I'm conservative. And
Really?
yeah.
Okay.
And so now it's time to step out the box, and it's time to let people in my journey, in my lifestyle, in my day-to-day trials, tribulations, wins, ups, downs, successes. So I'm going to be, showcasing that and
It's
letting
gonna
them
be-
see another side of me, the goofy
Yes.
side of me, the serious side of me,
Yes.
the motivating side of me, or saying I got to motivate myself sometimes to get up out of the bed.
But you know what? You're going to be serving a purpose.
Yes.
A lot of people struggle to get out of bed.
Yes.
Entrepreneurs, we struggle sometimes with the next phase of the journey.
Yes.
Sometimes we get exhausted, like you said, in the waiting period
Yes.
between where we are and where we're trying to go. But it's going to be so insightful for someone to see, look, she's real.
Yes. I'm a real person.
You're a real person with
Yes.
real emotions and
In
real
real life
struggle.
situations.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, that's going to be amazing. Listen, you're a purposeful individual. I can see that already. And so God has used you, like you said, even with people who just look at you from the outside looking in and they don't know the real you yet.
Yes.
So you're getting ready to open that up.
Yes.
That's got to be scary,
It is. It is.
but you're going to do it.
But I'm going to do it.
So we get to see that.
Because we have a team of people who are going to keep me covered in prayer.
Oh,
and they're,
absolutely.
Encouraging. So, yeah, I'm ready.
So when is the book coming out?
The book will be launching this fall. So everybody stay tuned.
Okay.
Because it's going to be dropping. Yeah.
Well, Dr. Dr. Jessica Hudson, thank you so much for
Thank
coming.
you for having me.
Thank you, friend, for
Thank
saying
you.
yes when I
No.
asked. Tell the people where they can reach you, how they can reach your office, how they can get you on social media, follow you, follow your journey, and they can find out when your book is dropping and when you're about to make these bold changes.
Yes. Dr. J. Hud Official on Instagram, Dr. J. Hud on all other platforms, TikTok, Facebook, and my website is justdivineuniversity.com, justuniversity.com.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
Thank
and thank you
you.
for tuning in to this episode of So Here's the Thing with your host, Sharon Alexander.
Thank you.
See you next time.